Like, what part is my hair and what part is the wig? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Brittany. So in today's video, I have another synthetic wig review for you guys. So I have another one of those sensational kinky edges wigs. So if you want to see how I got this look together, then just keep on watching. I tried the kinky straight one. I'm sure that video is going to be up before this one. And I got it to look very natural. So the first day it looked really good, but when I went outside, the lace was a little bit too dark. I've come to the conclusion that I don't necessarily have to use my contour on my lace for real life. On camera, it looks really good. You don't have any like ashy spots, but life is lived outside, okay? It's not always on camera, so I want to make sure it looks good in real life. So I reapplied that wig days after that. I did that yesterday and I didn't have on any makeup or anything. And I applied it. Instead of using my contour, I used my foundation and it looked really natural, really good. I'll probably have some footage of what that looks like over here. So I'm gonna take that same method and apply this wig. Today I have the 13x6 Kinky Blowout 20 inch in the color number 2. This is what it looks like on the stock card. She looks so beautiful, gorgeous. And of course I have a number 2. And I'm recording without my studio lights on because I feel like that'll give me the best look. I'm gonna just try it on and see what it feels like on my head. I only have on one wig cap today because yesterday I wore 2 wig caps and it made my scalp sore at the front. So I had to take my wig off. So this is what the hairline looks like with the kinky edges. And the lace color is just slightly lighter than mine. So I'm not gonna go super hard with my contour. It does have an adjustable elastic band, which we appreciate. It has that 13x6 area. We have like a mesh cap, a comb in the back, and adjustable straps. So I'm gonna try this on and see what it looks like. Kyra Shine and Forever Gladys wear. That one's gonna be perfect for fall. So, but I'll circle back and get that after I get braids. So this is what it looks like right now. And I'm not gonna complain about how thick the edges are because I feel like it can, if you know what you're doing with a wig, it's gonna be really good for customizing. Because I saw this one lady on TikTok, and if I can find her name, I'll put it on the screen. She had this exact same wig, and the way that she customized the hairline to fit her head looked amazing. Looked so good. I'll definitely try to link her video down below. She customized it so perfectly, and I think she had a widow's peak. So I know we complain, like I was complaining about how thick this is across, but if you have different hairlines, you can definitely customize this. And I personally would not just wear this on my head as is because I think it looks like somebody got a shape up. I don't think that's the look we're going for, but it's a great jumping off point. Bones of the wig are great. They're perfect. This kinky blowout texture is beautiful. This is 20 inches, but of course you guys know I'm 6 feet tall, so it definitely does not look 20 inches on me. I don't think it does. I feel like this looks more like 16 on me. But I'm probably gonna try to do a side part like this lady has it. Maybe. I've been doing a lot of side parts. I might do a middle part. So right now, I'm gonna start to thin this out because it is very thick. Now I'm gonna check out my own hairline. So my own hairline, it's lighter in the front. So it's a lighter density in the front. And then it's a little bit thicker on the sides over here. Now with the last wig, I cut off the sides. I didn't even use the sides. You can, you know, do whatever works best for your hairline, but I can't just keep it like this because it's too thick. For any styling, I'm gonna tweeze up the hairline. And this is a process. This does take a while. So I have another one from this collection, but I'll probably have to film that tomorrow because I want to make sure I give this the amount of time that it needs. So my hairline is thin in the middle. So when I'm tweezing, I do pluck and skip, where I'll pluck one area and then I'll skip the area right beside it because you don't want it to be too thin in one area. And when I'm doing this, I pull it down on my forehead so I don't accidentally like tweeze my own hairline. And then I'm gonna come down here and kind of break up that straight line. And I'm gonna stop for a second and just check the progress. So this side is already looking pretty good. This side needs some love. But I don't want to pluck all of it away because it does have this natural look that kind of mimics when your edges are starting to revert. I think that just adds to how realistic it looks. That might be it for the hairline. Yeah, that looks good. Now, the sides over here. That doesn't look that bad. Let me see how my edges grow. My edges grow like all the way out here and then it comes all the way back here. So I'm gonna have to cut some of that off. Let me see how that is. Just check your own hairline if you don't suffer from hair loss and kind of just mimic what's there. But if you don't have any hair or any edges or anything like that, just make sure it doesn't look too full. You don't have to do a whole lot of tweezing because some people do have thick edges, but I'm sure it's not that thick. All right, so here my edges go back. Like this whole section, I don't need this whole section over here. Mine goes all the way back here, so I don't need any of this. But because we're gonna cut all that off, I need a tweeze behind the hairline back here. And actually over here, I can go ahead and cut that off because I know I don't need it. So I know some people trace it with white eyeliner. I have some, but I'm gonna just go ahead and cut that off because I know I don't need it. And this is just trial and error. The only reason I'm good at this is because I've been practicing for like years and years and years. If you practice at anything and you are intentional about getting better, you'll get better at it. Ooh, don't make sure none of my hair is mixed up in there. And I know I probably will still do that. Like, it's no reason for me to glue that down when I can just bring my edges out, especially because I got this hair texture. I'm probably just gonna fold that up and then color this lace in black. So I'm not even worried about that. So I'm gonna do the same thing to this side and then I'll come back. Okay, hairline is done, okay? And it's looking good. Like over here, I'm like, what part is my hair and what part is the wig? That's impressive. So that actually, now that I've tried the other wig twice, this actually was a lot faster than the first time. So now I'm just gonna cut the lace. And with this, I do bring it down so I don't cut any of my hair, just like I did with tweezing. And I'm just gonna cut in a jagged motion up and down. I would not advise going straight across because it's gonna be, you know, more easily clockable, more easily detectable. So, all right. So we're gonna pull her back, make sure none of my hair is in the way. We're gonna pull her back into place. And I'm gonna make sure any of my edges that's like in front of it, I'll just push those out more before I start spraying this down. And I'm not even worried at this point about the color of the lace. That's something I can fix after it's laid down. And over here, I probably won't even lay that down. I'll probably just put, it just depends. If it's looking bad, I'll put some spray on it. And I need to kind of break that up because that looked too straight. So I'm using the Kiss Colors and Care Lace Bond Adhesive Spray. I'm gonna spray that and do it in sections. So I've done my makeup and I'm about to tint my lace, and I'm in front of a window, so I really don't have to do a sunlight test, and this is natural light I'm in front of, and I don't have my studio lights on. So yesterday when I tinted my lace, I used my foundation, which is the L'Oreal True Match Hyaluronic Tinted Serum foundation, and this is in the shade 7 to 8, which is tan deep. So I am just gonna put some on the back of my hand, and I'm not gonna go directly, you know, on my lace. I'm using this fluffy brush here, and I'm gonna take a little bit on the back of my hand, and then I'm gonna kind of diffuse it so it's not too much of the foundation. Then I'm just gonna start to apply it. I'm just gonna put a little bit of the Simply Styling silicone spray, just because sometimes I saw somebody do this where they put like oil sheen or oil or something on their lace so it looks more like skin. If anything, I'll probably have the hair down on this side because it's not all the way how I need it to be. But let's check and see. I should just cut that off. Guys, so you saw how I got this look together, and I'm gonna just get right into it. So this is the Kinky Blowout 20 inches I told you guys in the beginning part of this video. I'm trying to think of the cons that I have. I think this wig is great. I think it's pretty much perfect for me and my skills. Now I feel like if you are a beginner with the customizing of this wig, it might be a little bit frustrating because it did take me a while to get it to how I want it to look. Not really the plucking of like the kinky edges, because I just mimicked my own hairline. I have a thinner, less dense hairline in the front, and then on the sides I have more hair. So I did that with the kinky edges on this wig. I customized it that way. My only issue was just making sure that my lace looked good. So I filmed this most of the video in natural light without my studio lights on, so it would look good outside. And I did a sunlight test for you guys, and I used my regular foundation instead of my contour this time. And if you're curious, if you're my skin twin, this is the L'Oreal True Match Nude Serum Foundation, Tinted Serum Foundation in the shade 7 to 8, which is tan deep. And I used that on my lace instead of the contour because I have noticed in my last few reviews, and maybe even longer than that, my lace has been a little bit too dark when I go outside. It's fine on camera, but when I go outside, it's just too detectable. So I did that, and I think it looks good. It actually looks good on camera too. You might see a little bit of ashiness on camera, but it looks good outside. And so that to me is one of the biggest things to getting a high rating for me on with a wig. The lace has to blend down well, but that does depend on the lace tint that you choose. So the lace has to be like pretty good. I think the lace is pretty good, especially for a synthetic wig. And then outside of just the lace, I like the kinky edges actually. I just don't like how they come out the box. But we've been telling y'all for years, you can't just throw a wig on your head and then that's it. You have to do a little bit of customizing if you want it to be as realistic as possible. And I think this looks good. I think this looks pretty good. This looks really good actually. And you can always like brush your kinky edges to kind of conceal the lace a little bit if you're having some trouble there. So I do feel like that's pretty forgiving, but I would recommend thinning out the kinky edges. Don't just put it on, because it's gonna look like you done got somebody to shape you up with some clippers. That's just my opinion, but I think you need to do a little bit of customizing with it. The kinky blowout texture on this wig is perfection. Great luster. It just looks like human hair to me. And I think I was watching Intizar's video, I think like a month or two ago, when she was talking about bridal hairstyles and how she wished she would have worn a synthetic wig on her wedding day. And I wore a human hair wig on my wedding day as well, because I was like, it's a special occasion. I want to wear, you know, a human hair wig. But the thing about wearing human hair wigs is, especially if you're going with like a barrel curl kind of look, their curls are going to drop throughout the day. The curls on synthetic wigs will be just like this regardless of the heat, regardless of anything that's going on. The only time the curls on synthetic wigs will drastically drop over time, like probably weeks and months later, the curls will drop. Or if you put like hot water on it and then brush it out, the curls will change. So special occasions, synthetic wigs are really nice. You just have to make sure it doesn't look a mess with the lace. Once the lace is down pat, and then you know the curls are gonna be how they're supposed to be, they're a great option, especially if you don't want your curls to fall. The luster is beautiful. The texture is beautiful. I love this style. It does remind me of Julianne 24-inch for sure. It looks like a ton of different wigs. I wore it as kind of like a flip over look, and then I styled it like this in the middle. But you can, you know, style it other ways because it is a 13x6 wig. Cut off a little bit of the area around my ear. It matches so well to my kinky edges. Like right here is my hair, and then this is the wig. That is impressive right there. So I think Sensational has done a good job overall. I was complaining about like how the edges look right out the pack, but I think it's pretty considerate because everybody has different hairlines. And if you have like a lower hairline or, you know, less hair, you have a lot of hair to work with. So I do like that. I do have some tangling with this wig, but it's synthetic, so I'm not going to hold it to like a human hair standard when it's a synthetic wig. I do have some tangling and I do have shedding, but I did cut off like some of the hair on the sides and stuff like that. But overall, I think this is stunning and I'm really impressed by this. I'm going to give it a 10. I think this is great. I don't have any issues with it. You just have to play around with your lace tint and finding out what is going to make it look the most realistic. So I think this is really, really nice. Really, really nice. I'll have this linked on my Amazon storefront. I'll have it on my LTK. I'll have it linked down below. If you shop through my affiliate links, you do support my channel, and I really do appreciate that. Shout out to everybody who voted for me for the Beauty Rising Star Award for LTK. Still, I really appreciate y'all for supporting me thus far and your continued support. I really do appreciate it. So I appreciate you guys watching. Make sure to share this video, like this video, leave me a comment, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.